We have U.S. futures pointing down, and that's after losses in the market yesterday. The summer rally continues to fade. We are joined now by Michele Schneider, Managing Director at Market Gauge. Michele, it's great to talk to you. Thanks very much. Give us your overall view on the equity market. Does the S&P have any chance of getting back to level pegging, erase its losses for the year?
Well, of course, this is the market, and there's always a chance for anything because, as we know, this has been a very retail-driven market with $25 billion new assets that have come in since the pandemic. And people are very trained to buy and look for information that supports that. For example, people thinking that the Fed was actually going to pivot from raising interest rates because inflation may have peaked, and we know that's not the case. So going to the actual equity market right here, it's been so technical. It's a trader's dream in essence, in that it cleared some really good bottoming formation when it cleared a major moving average in the indices, and it stopped dead in its track at a much higher moving average at the 200, and now here we are, literally smack dab in the middle. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens from here. If we just take the case of the SPY, right? So 390 or 3,900 turned out to be really good support.
For the S&P 500.
Correct,
yes.
or the SPX, yes. And 4,300 turned out to be really good resistance. So here we are now. Looks like 4,100 is going to be the major test to see. If it holds, I think you'll see some buyers coming back in. Do I think we're going to new highs? No. Do I think there's a chance of going to new lows more so? Yes. But right now, this is typical of stagflation, trading ranges, and people have to remember that and not get too bullish at highs and too bearish at lows.
Tell us, you're paying a lot of attention to drought. Our partners at Bloomberg are reporting that it's so dry in some regions of the States that the corn is not even forming properly in the fields. Asia is beset with drought as well. Tell us why you are devoting attention to that.
Well, I have been for quite some time. Obviously, you can make policies and do everything to try to reverse inflation by raising interest rates. But what we cannot do is control Mother Nature. And clearly, whether you want to use the words climate change or not, we have had incredibly bad conditions for drought all over the world. I mean, obviously, the heat wave we most recently had in Europe. And China, as you mentioned, Yangtze River banks are drying up, which means ships can't get in and out. And also here in the United States, as you said, the corn crops are not doing well. And this is in the face of already much higher food prices. And even though things have come down, I look at that more as a plateau. So from a human standpoint, it's horrible news. But from an investing standpoint, as commodities traders, you kind of have to look to the side on that and say, there's money to be made. So the dip that we saw in corn, in wheat, in soybeans, in sugar, even coffee is starting to go back up. All of these things are telling us that this commodity super cycle is still very much in place, and maybe, unfortunately, like I said, as a human, we have not seen the worst of yet.
So you would tend to go long these cereals at this stage?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us energy. What are your thoughts on energy? The Saudis, of course, they always like to try to fake out the traders, but now they're apparently musing about cutting production.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's another clear example of tremendous amounts of speculation based on manipulation or perceived manipulation. But really, again, if you look at just the price of crude, $85 to $110 a barrel have sort of been the range. And people started to get bearish under 90, and here we are now creeping back up, and OPEC was sort of the catalyst for that. But it's the same thing. We still have an energy crisis. Natural gas went to all-time highs. Germany is in real trouble. I've read even this morning that Canada is considering trying to possibly sell oil out to the European nations. So there's a shortage. And there has been a shortage because long before this even all happened, production was cut back because prices were too cheap. And that really is the rub. People have to remember, everybody looks for blame. It's the government's fault. It's this fault. It's that fault. The truth of the matter is the nature of commodities is that producers push back production in cheap prices. And when you get this spike in demand out of something like COVID and now drought, you get caught short with not enough supply.
Do you think the oil industry globally has got smart here, though? They're not spending loads of money on growing production. They're just reaping these high prices.
Absolutely, and why not? That's what they've always done. This is nothing new, too. People think this is such a new ordeal. I've been trading oil for 40 years. I've been around, and I've seen lots and lots and lots of manipulation by OPEC when it was just OPEC and far more powerful, and of course, oil companies having a good time as well. The only silver lining I'd say is we are seeing more and more investment in solar energy. That's a good thing. We have seen more mass adoption in EVs. That's a good thing, but it's going to be a process.
I saw a headline that American natural gas, maybe we can put it up, or maybe we did just look at it, did briefly top $10 US for the first time since 2008. And you refer to this European power prices smashing records once again.
Yes, and again, that was pretty obvious. Natural gas. I had gone through the West a couple of years ago and talked to some people in the natural gas industry, including Warren Buffett's company, Dominion, or at least he has a strong interest in it. And they were telling me, this is so cheap, it's got to go up. This is going to be a resource that people are going to need. And boy, was that ever prophetic, because as we can see now, not only has it gone up, but it's skyrocketed. Obviously, the Ukraine-Russia situation did not help that.
What is it going to be like in Europe this winter, I wonder? I mean, households are, in Britain, they're talking about double-digit inflation.
Well, yes. Look what they've just gone through for the summer. And it's not like the United States where everybody's air conditioned. In Europe, you don't have that level of air conditioning. So they've already sweated their way through the summer. And now they're going to have a really tough time in the winter. And people who say inflation peaked are just wrong. That's my opinion, obviously. But I can see the writing on the wall that there just isn't enough raw material, whether it's energy or food in particular. And that has not, by no means, seen the top of that cycle.
When you say people are wrong to think inflation has peaked, are you talking about Europe and North America, globally even?
Globally even, yes. Will there be areas of inflation that peak? If we just look at things like used cars, they've come down in price, home prices have come down as well. Those kinds of things that people don't necessarily need. The interest rates have done some demand destruction, but you can only do limited demand destruction on the things that we absolutely have to live, which is obviously food and shelter and warmth.